Hello and welcome to another episode of Building Better with Bears, and in today's episode we're going to be building this medieval horse stable that you see right behind me. It's actually a horse stable in combo, but let us get to work on it. It is a rather large build. We want to get to work on this as quick as possible. Don't be daunted by its size. It's not as complex as it looks. If you want to fit this into your world, it is 17 blocks by 20 something blocks. I forget the go 30 blocks just to be safe. We're going to start this build. We're going to ignore the fence. We're going to go straight into the actual building. We're going to bring each of these up 2 blocks in height. Again, they're going to be spaced 3 blocks apart, and they're 20 something blocks in length, which really equals 7 pillars across. Next, we're going to grab our stone brick stairs and stone brick slabs, and we're going to put a stair on either side with a slab in the middle, and we will connect all of them up like so. Once you have that complete, we're going to take our stone brick stairs and we're going to put them on the edges of each of the pillars, and we're going to take cobblestone and we're going to line the insides where the gaps are so you have them filled in. Alright, with that done, we are going to grab our spruce wood and we are going to start building the frame of the house. In fact, we're going to finish the whole frame and then fill it in. It is much easier if you do it like that. On the ends of each of these upside down stairs, we're going to place 4 blocks of wood, and we will do that on each one. And then we're going to connect them up. However, when you reach this corner, you're going to bring it across and add a new pillar right where that would be, and then just connect this one up like normal. Now we're just going to add a log to the end of each pillar, and coming over to the left hand side, we're going to add 1 log on either end and 4 in the center. And then we will do the same on the front of the building here, 1 on each end and 4 in the center. We're going to come around to this side of the building, and on these 3 logs we're going to bring them up an additional 4 and connect them up, add a bit on the end, and then the same thing, 1 on each side and 4 in the center. We'll come around, we'll repeat that same process here. 4 on these 3. We will connect them, add a log to each end, and then we will not add that bit here because this will be the side of the roof. We're going to grab our logs, we're going to bring them across, connecting up the roof the frame section here, and we will also connect the frame section across here. If you do not like this, you can fix these so they look nice. Now we're going to repeat the same process for these 2 sides now that we have a frame to place our logs on. We'll come across to the opposite side. We'll add the single log and the 4 in the center. And finally, we're going to place 1 log on the front side of the build. You can, this is an option, you can do it on the other side and make the same type of roof on both sides. You'll see that we have windows on the forward facing side. You can place them on the other side if you feel this is too flat. I'm not going to do that in this video, but that is an option. Alright, and to round out the framing, we're going to grab our cobblestone stairs. We're going to come to the edges of the build and add in an A-frame to this side, the front of the building, and then the top bit. And the top bit will have the A-frame on either side of it. And we'll go into super fast build mode and I'll connect these up real quick. And when you reach the top of your A-frames, you'll place an upside down stair on top, and an upside down stair connected to that. Then we'll grab our slab and we'll place a slab on top of each one to prevent mobs from spawning. We're going to grab our log for the last time for the frame. Just going to bring this across till you connect it up there. We'll do the same for the top of the build. And we'll do the same for the front of the build until it comes to right there. Grab our stair. We'll just bring this across the whole log. This one has a center point, so we will create that center point, put a full block, a slab, and then finally the last bit of the frame. Next, we're going to just fill in the roof with an oak wood stair, and we'll also fill in the walls with the dark oak wood planks and wood stairs for them respectively, and add the glass. On the front, just follow the edges for the frame and line them in the cobblestone like I've done here. We'll go over this again when it is complete, just so you have a clear idea, but we're going to fill in the roof now. Alright, we'll pause the roof filling in right here so we can go over this a little more clearly. To connect up your first A-frame, you'll just put a normal oak plank and then you'll be able to connect it up, and that's the start of your A-frame for your first little window section. Next, we're going to be filling in these empty holes right here with our walls. There's two sections. There's these four here with this little corner, and then the rest of it. We're going to ignore these four holes and this one right here, and on each of the other ones we're going to bring up 3 high pillars on each side, add a stair, upside down stair, 2 connecting stairs, and a window. We're going to wrap that all the way around. Again, we'll be ignoring this one and these 4, and we'll also skip this one as this will be our doorway. With that, we'll focus on the door real quick. It is the same design. The only exception is we're going to leave this bit blank. You can actually replace that with a full block there, and we can grab our door and place it in. Remember, orientation is key. This will prevent mobs from being able to break down your door. Alright, now we're going to return to these empty holes right here. Let's go to the strange corner first. We'll bring this up 3 blocks. And this is designed so it can all be built from the ground level in survival mode. So it's a right side up stair and 2 upside down stairs. We will continue to do the same for these other ones. It's the same process. We'll add the 3 on each of the edges. And then again from ground level, we should be able to fill these in. Additionally, we'll get the top bits there. Alright, let's finish with these holes. For the A-frame bits, we're going to grab our dark oak stair and we're going to lay them in upside down, upside down along the oak. We'll grab a full block. We will fill them in just behind them. Then on the outside, we're going to grab our spruce fence and spruce slab. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the slab and put it on the top part of the fence. And that'll be it for these holes. We're going to fill in this one, that far one, and the top 2s of that one exactly the same way. Alright, at this point, the only things that should still have holes in them are these A-frames and the middle section of this body. We'll do the A-frames real quick. They're just going to be your dark oak planks, 2 on either side, a stair connecting them there with some glass in the middle. Same thing, 2 blocks on either side, upside down stair, and glass in the center. Moving around to the inside of the A-frame. When you're building your walls, you'll probably build these up 3 on either side here. For this build, however, we're not doing the inside. You really only need to put this one for aesthetic reasons so you don't have those holes. Same with this one and that one to cover those holes there. Again, you'll probably create some sort of doorway using these sections here on a second floor, but not necessary for this particular build. You're probably going to want some kind of floor in here to help build. I'm going to use normal oak so it's easy to see, but you'll just place in a floor right above these windows, and then that'll also be the starting point for your next set of windows on the second story. You'll just bring the same 3 blocks up, come around to the outside, stair, stair. The only difference here is we're going to add the bottom stairs additionally with it and the window. Repeat on all sides. Lastly, the only thing we're missing to this build are the buttons on the ends of each of the pillars. Next, we should probably give ourselves access to this place. We're actually going to block out the stair here and bring these logs all the way down. We'll come 2 blocks out, raise these up 3 blocks in height, bring the log across in the center. We'll do a spruce fence along the bottom. We'll grab our spruce stairs, go up 2 stairs, and then fill this in with full blocks. We'll add stairs or fence for safety here, and for aesthetic reasons we're going to grab our dark oak and place it on top of these so we don't see the ugly texture right there. And finally, we're going to get to the actual horse stable part of this build. We're going to come out, I believe, 2 blocks? Yes, 2 blocks. 1, 2. Looks like 3, but it's actually 2, trust me. And bring it 4 blocks up in height. While we're here, we're going to punch out the bottom stair for each of these logs and connect them up, except for this one. And then we'll just bring across the same logs 4 blocks in height, connect them up, add the thing on the end, don't forget your buttons. Then we're going to take the spruce slab and we're going to begin the slanted roof on top of the horse stable. Alright, we're going to do a tiny bit of editing here. We'll punch this block out and place this block in like this. That way we finally get that good look right there. We'll come to the inside. You're going to make them a full block on top of the logs. And also we're going to add these logs. We'll grab our fence. We'll place one in newly found holes here. And additionally, we will separate the horses with the fencing. And finally, so we can keep these horses safe at night, we're going to add 1 line of fence here, and then 1 on either side for the 3rd one in here. And then we can add our gates. And we'll do a fence under the stair here, just to kind of connect that up there. The only thing really left at this point is to add the outer fence so the horses can't run away. I like to come around 2 to 3 blocks away. This does increase the length of the build on the base level if you are a little more sporadic with your fence like I am, but it should connect up just like that. On the tops of each of these, we'll place a slab, except for these center 2 here. Instead, we're going to bring these up an additional block. We're going to give them some shape. And this will be our entryway into the horse stable. We'll add gates to the front so the horses can't escape. And then for the rest of these, we're just going to create a shape so they look like they're all connected up. And then on the tops of these, we'll create a secondary bottom slab with this little gap here for ones like this where they're kind of floating, you'll have to build a little connection ramp thing. Everything else from this point forward is purely decoration. Horses tend to trample the grass down, so we will also trample our grass down. The more you do it, the better it looks, as you can see with that over there. Additionally, we don't want our horses to starve or be thirsty, and this isn't a prison, so we'll leave these gates open. They can be locked in here at night when all the scary things are out. But we'll just place down a couple decoration blocks here, just so they have access to some water. We'll give them some food. Our horses will be happy. As a bear, I'm a big advocate for the health and happiness of the animals. So the happier you make them, the better I will be. And there we go, starting to look pretty good. You'll actually have to add your horses in, and that'll really make this place come to life. Fortunately, we don't want more than 4, because we only have 4 here. Looking at this build, it does seem a little complicated, and there are some tricky bits that were involved in it, like this corner in here. Turns out we could keep the stair. But overall, it's basically, I picked a shape, and I had to work around the shape a little bit to get things to line up the way I like them. But with the medieval style, it's kind of, you add some detail to a point, and then it's a lot of copy paste all the way around. The thing with the medieval era is that they mostly did things for fortification purposes or for convenience purposes, and the things that are for comfort were really for upscale citizens, so you didn't hardly see them. So we're not going to get a lot of detail and depth out of traditional medieval styles. In fact, because we have so many windows, this would be considered incredibly upscale. Just for them to have glass was rare. That was a comfort for them, and it was not easy to get. So with these builds, the more detail you put into it, the farther away it comes from medieval. So you don't want to get too detailed with these. I tried to pick a couple of patterns and repeat them a lot all the way through. The size really is just for your Minecraft experience. These would actually tend to be smaller. This is based on actual images, renderings of what medieval builds used to look like. But for your Minecraft experience, like, you don't want to have a really tiny room. You want to have a bunch of space. So we're trying to give ourselves a lot of space in here. Anyway guys, that is my medieval horse stables /inn. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.